Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Radio Computer Tech English, the podcast where we break down complex technology into simple professional English. I'm your host, Pep, and today we are going back in time to talk about a concept that fundamentally shaped the modern PC: 32-bit architecture. If you have an older laptop lying around, or if you have ever noticed a folder on your Windows computer called Program Files x86, you have already encountered the 32-bit world. But what does 32-bit actually mean, and why did it eventually become a bottleneck that forced the entire industry to change? Let's find out. To understand 32-bit, we first need to understand what a bit is. In the world of computing, a bit is the smallest unit of data. It is exactly like a light switch. It can be either on, represented as 1, or off, represented as 0. Imagine a 32-bit processor as a worker sitting at an office desk. The 32 bits represents the width of that desk. This width determines how much information the worker can process or hold at one single time. In the early days of personal computing, a 32-bit desk felt huge. It was more than enough for everything we needed. But as software, games, and operating systems became more complex, that desk started to feel smaller and smaller. Eventually, the worker couldn't keep up with the workload. Now, let's talk about the most famous limitation in PC history: the 4 GB RAM wall. You might be wondering, why can't a 32-bit system simply use more than 4 GB of memory? Well, the answer is pure mathematics. A 32-bit processor uses what we call address lines to find data stored in your RAM. Think of these lines like coordinates on a map. Since each line can be either a 0 or a 1, a 32-bit CPU can have 2 to the power of 32 possible combinations. When you do the math, that equals exactly 4,294,967,296 unique addresses. If you convert that into gigabytes, it comes out to exactly 4 GB. This is a hard mathematical limit. Even if you physically installed 16 GB of RAM into a 32-bit computer, the CPU simply doesn't have enough addresses to find or talk to that extra memory. It's like a mailman who only has house numbers from 1 to 400. Even if there are 1,000 houses on the street, he can only ever deliver mail to the first 400. He literally cannot see the other houses. By the mid-2000s, video games, high-resolution video editing, and professional software became much more demanding. They needed far more than 4 GB of RAM to run smoothly. This is why the industry moved to 64-bit architecture. A 64-bit system is not just twice as powerful as a 32-bit one. The difference is exponentially larger. A 64-bit CPU can theoretically handle up to 16 exabytes of RAM. To give you an idea of how big that is, 16 exabytes is billions of gigabytes. it is a number so large that we probably won't need that much memory for a very long time. Before we wrap up, let's look at 3 keywords from today's episode for your English practice. 1. Architecture. The overall design and structure of a computer system. 2. Bottleneck. A point where a system slows down because of a specific limitation, like traffic on a narrow road. 3. Compatible. When software or hardware is designed to work together without any problems. Thank you for listening to Radio Computer Tech English. It has been a pleasure explaining this piece of tech history with you. Now here is a question for you. Did you know about the 4 GB limit before today? Or have you ever had an old computer that felt slow because of it? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech stories. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.